Hey guys, it's Dissection of Violence here. We got another one for you. UFC Paris, I believe. Yeah, it's a really good card filled with a bunch of really good fights. Yeah, let's get right into it. We got Shauna Bannon versus Sam Hughes. I know it's been a while since I've been posting videos, guys. Bear with me. I'll try to make this one good for you. So yeah, we got Shauna Bannon versus Sam Hughes. Right off the bat, first fight of the night, scream split decision. Sam Hughes with her control, pressure versus Shanna Bannon outpointing her. I think Shanna Bannon has the superior striking, or at least the superior footwork. I think she can make this close. I think the odds are a little wide, in my opinion. I think Sam Hughes should be like a negative 150, negative 175 maybe. I think plus 200 or plus 300 on Shannon Bannon is a little too much. I think Sam Hughes is, I don't know, I think this is their first time being a favorite in the UFC, or at least this big of a favorite. I can't remember the last time she was this big of a favorite. Sam Hughes is, she's okay, like she's not bad. She's a grinder. She's definitely someone you want to bet on as a dog. Um, but at negative 400, again, I just don't know if I can get behind betting this. I think she wins. She has some decent wins. Stephanie Luciano, Jacqueline Amarim, Victoria Dudikova. But I just see losses to Yasmin Uregui. I see losses to Pierre Rodriguez, Pinheiro, Tisha Pennington, I, Vanessa Demopoulos. I don't know. I think she can be beat. I'm gonna go with Sam Hughes, but a slight lean. I won't go. I'm not confident in this fight. I think Shanna Bannon is very live at this price, so be careful betting this fight. Don't go big on it. I can see Sam Hughes melting her. I could see Sam Hughes winning a decision. I could see Shanna Bannon winning a decision. I could see Shanna Bannon finding a submission. A lot of different outcomes, but the most likely outcome is one of these girls is going to win by decision. So I'm just going to play fight ends by split, and then both of these girls split, depending on the odds, of course. Hopefully, we get some good odds. First fight of the night usually goes to a split, so um, I just think the stars are aligned here for a split prop. I got to go with Sam Hughes here, though. She's gonna come forward. She's gonna make it ugly, and she has the better grappling. Top game. I just trust Sam Hughes. Her coaching. I don't know. This isn't definitely a negative 400 fight, but I do think Sam Hughes wins. Moving on, we have Andreas Gustafsson taking on Renat Fakhretdinov. I think Renat Fakhretdinov is pretty overrated. I know it's hard to say someone's overrated when they're 24-2. So he has, some good wins, some good looks in his career. He's beat Douglas Lima in grappling. He TKO'd Kevin Lee or submitted Kevin Lee. Beat Brian Battle, dropped him. Beat Michaelides, TKO'd Spicely. I feel like he should have lost to Dalby. Um, and Carlos Leal was a robbery. So it's like he came off he came off two controversial decisions. One of them was a for sure robbery. I think this guy, when you make him fight and like put the pressure on him in the pocket, I don't know if Gustafson's hands are good enough. But the one thing I like about Gustafson is he's always trying stuff and he's always working. And that showed to be a very effective with the Dalby fight against Renat. I don't think Andreas Gustafsson. I don't think he. Sorry, I don't think he knows what he's gonna do, but I just know he knows to like go. He doesn't wait around for the perfect time. He goes and he tries to make things happen. And Fakhretdinov is gonna have a hard time with this guy. I think Fakhretdinov early is probably the safer route, just because I could see him winning the first round at a high clip. It's just I don't know, man. I could see him getting melted by Gustafson. Um, I could just see. I think if Dalby was putting it on you like that, I think Gustafson can too. I think the thing with Gustafson is his striking isn't diverse enough. He's really good at what he does, but other than that, his pure striking, in my opinion, is pretty overrated or not good at all, to be honest. So I don't know. I think he's nasty in the clinch. But Renat's training at ATT. They got good game plans. He's got good grappling himself. So I don't know, man. This is one of those fights where it's like I'm just gonna stay away, especially at these odds. Got a bit of a coin flip. Um, yeah, I don't know. This is a weird one for me. I gotta lean Gustafson, but I would not be surprised to see Renat win this fight. This is a very close fight. A lot of close fights on this card. Moving on, we have Brad Tavares taking on Robert Bryczek. I think Brad Tavares wins this fight, but honestly, I have no interest in betting this fight. Again, I think Robert Bryczek is not a good fighter. He's 17-6 again, so once again, it's hard to say. He has some decent wins. Chadwick, he TKO'd him. TKO Kristovic. Um, he has some decent wins. Caretes, he has a decent win there. So he has some decent wins, don't get me wrong. But he got TKO by Kai Brito. Paulivka beat him unanimously. Ihor Pateria beat him unanimously. I can't take you seriously if you're losing to Ihor Pateria dominantly. I gotta go with Brad Tavares here. If Brad Tavares loses this fight, I think he should be cut from the UFC. Maybe think about, fighting for just the money. I just don't think he is Britchick is UFC level. I think he has dangerous KO power, but other than that, I think Tavares is just much more technical than this guy. But yeah, it's a pass fight for me. Um, I just think Tavares is just too unreliable at this stage. Like, yes, he is more skilled, but his camp is I don't like his camp. Like as far as like it's a good gym. It's just I don't know. Like he's getting a good amount of attention, but it's just like everything's so lackadaisical. Like, they don't really have like he knows he's not going to win a title, so it's just like I don't know. The drive isn't the same as it used to be when he was a younger fighter. So I don't know. Things could happen in there, and he could get caught and get I don't know. Tavares has never really been a quitter, so I don't think he's going to start now. But the chin's not getting any better as he's getting older. So you never know. Bridget could just land one big shot, and that's all she wrote. I just don't like that Tavares isn't really like being pushed to like make changes in his game. He's kind of been the same fighter for his whole career. I think Tavares is yeah, I think Tavares wins, but this is a low confidence fight. I have no interest in betting this fight, and I would recommend you guys stay away from this fight. One guy is on almost out of his on the way out of his career. How old is Tavares? I think he's like 37, right? 38. Yeah. When's his birthday? December. So he's turning 38 this year. I think this guy should probably look towards just taking like the novelty fights because like he is just not at the UFC like higher level. He beat one guy in his last fight, and he needed to win that fight or else he was gonna get cut. So I don't know. This is a closer fight. I'm not touching it. People are betting Bright. I can understand why, but I'm not touching it. My pick for the fight is Tavares though. I just think if he's still the Tavares I know, he should beat this guy. Moving on. We have Sam Patterson versus Trey Waters. I gotta go with Sam Patterson here. This is a fight that I have no confidence in. The only thing I have confidence in is the quality of competition Sam Patterson has faced compared to Waters, and how good he's looked in those fights. For example, he just TKO'd Danny Barlow on the feet. Didn't expect that. He beat the bum and Kiefer Crosby like he should have. Everyone, that was a big mismatch. It is what it is. Johan Lenise submitted him really easily. I think this guy's like the real deal. Fought Vinicius Sensi. I think he submitted him too. Yep. Really good fighter in his own right. Kamil Magomedov, another Russian, submitted him. The guy's a legit fighter. He is Yael Dr beat him. Felipe Silva beat him. All these guys aren't bums. They're good fighters. So it's like I don't know what to make of this guy as far as a high level contender, but I do think the guy's dangerous, and I do think he's gonna come to finish the fight, and he has ways of doing it. He has the grappling. He has got the striking. Um, I don't know, man. These are two giraffes going at it. Mostly, obviously, Waters is not so much the giraffe Patterson is, but Waters is still one tall sip of water, as Brandon all of us would say. I just I don't know. I think Sam Patterson is probably the better fighter in my opinion. Not maybe boxing wise, but just an all around fighter. But I don't know. This is two giraffes going at it, like I said, so anything can happen. I think this is a coin flip fight. Eileen Patterson, take with that what you will. Don't go crazy on this fight from a betting perspective. There's no value here. Yeah, this is pure volatility. I want nothing to do with this fight from a betting perspective, like I said, so not going to speak about it any longer. Moving on, we got Harry Hardwick taking on Cowie Fernandez. I think Cowie Fernandez wins, but this is going to be the most cowardly performance if he does win. And I do think this is going to be a very close fight again. I think Harry Hardwick is making his debut on short notice up a weight class. The only reason why I'm not playing it is I have no I don't want to play I don't want to play fights like this. And the reason is Harry Hardwick is pretty slow on the feet. Footwork isn't great, whereas Fernandez is going to be, kicking and moving. I think he can either find a big KO shot or just kick and move at range. Hardwick needs to get in his face. This is a short notice fight too, so Hardwick's got to, get a quick game plan. I don't know, man. This is a fight I want nothing to do with betting wise. Hardwick could show up, or Fernandez on the full camp should show up. That's why my pick's Fernandez. Full camp, UFC experience. I know his cardio is questionable, but it's only 3 rounds. I think if he kicks and moves, I think Hardwick's lack of wrestling is going to show here. I think Fernandez isn't his takedown defense isn't good, really like good. So it's not like oh my god, he should be okay. But I think he can stuff the takedowns and stick and move on the outside. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with Kyle Fernandez here. I know it's not a popular pick. I do think Harry Hardwick. This is a good fight for him. I just don't like how short notice it is, and I don't know. It's up a weight class. He's gonna be giving up size. He's not exactly the you know physical specimen. He's probably one of the more non-intimidating guys. I don't know. I gotta go with Fernandez here, but this is a close fight again, so just pass. I want nothing to do with this fight. I think Harry Hardwick has all the tools to beat Fernandez, and Fernandez has all the tools to beat Hardwick. It's just a matter of, how the fight plays out, I guess. 50-50, like I said. Moving on. We have Marcin Tybura versus Ante DeLiha. I'm going to lean Ante DeLiha, and here's why. This is another fight where it's like, I could see this being 50-50. But then I thought about it. I'm like, Ante DeLiha is honestly better than Tabura everywhere the fight goes. He's a better striker. He's a better wrestler. His experience is obviously not as good, but it's not bad. DeLiha has fought some good guys. He's been fighting a long time. He fought the legendary Chandler Cole. No, for real though, he beat Dennis Goltsov a few times, or no, just once. He beats Sorry, guys, gotta get this. He beat Henan Ferreira. He beat Goltsov one time, and then he hasn't really had that big of an impress for the win since. But other than that, I think Tybura is. I don't know. I don't trust Tybura. I think Tybura is. Oh no. I gotta love this. I think Tybura is honestly. I think he's pretty slow, and I think Tybura is probably gonna get chinned. I don't know. I just think Daliha has the boxing. He's been training with Aspinall. Um, I just think Tybura is slower, older, and if he can't get on top of Daliha, I just don't see him winning this fight. So I'm gonna go with Daliha here. Close heavyweight fight. So again, I'm not touching this, but I don't know, man. I think Daliha is the part of the side. I think Daliha should be a slight favorite. I don't really agree with Pick'ems. I know it makes sense, based off of on paper, but I just think Daliha is no joke, and skill for skill, I just think he's a better fighter. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Ante Daliha here. I think he's probably gonna win in the first or second round, probably first round. I just think he's gonna TKO him early. I don't think he comes to play around. He comes to do his work and get out of there. If it gets extended, I could see this being a sloppy fight, even though I've never really seen that bad of cardio out of Daliha, but I do think Daliha wins this fight. Moving on. We have Umar Sy versus Brenson Ribeiro. I gotta go with Umar Sy here. I really wanted to bet Brenson Ribeiro, and I do think he is live for a finish early, but I just think that's his only path to victory is a finish early. I think Brenson Ribeiro is probably one of the lower level guys in the UFC at that weight class. I think Umar Sy is probably going to um, take him down with ease and finish him. Honestly, I know Umar Sy isn't that experienced, but 11-1 is no joke, especially when you're fighting guys like Luis Henrique de Silva, Paulin Begay, Score. These are no joke guys. Like these are savages. So it's like it is what it is. Brenton Ribeiro is it's kind of similar to Score and those guys. It's just longer rangey, big power. I just think this is a Psy fight. Am I gonna pay the big chalk on Psy? No, but I do think Psy probably wins. Um, the more I think about it, I do think it's probably a donation taking a shot on Ribeiro. He's just he gets these meme submissions, meme TKOs. He's not a legit fighter. He's just dangerous. If he just and I don't really see Sai getting finished. Like when was the last time Sai got finished in his career? Let me see. Yeah, he hasn't been finished. So I don't know. I gotta go with Umar Sai here. Just a simple fact, he hasn't been finished yet, and this is a pretty good stylistic matchup. Someone that will not give him that much resistance on the takedown defense and struggle to get up once they're taken down. So I'm gonna go with Umar Sy here. I think this is a pretty self-explanatory fight, and yeah. But I'm rooting for Brenson Ribeiro. Met him, I think, early last year or sometime. We met him. He was a cool dude. But yeah, Brenson Ribeiro. Wish him luck, but I think Umar Sy is probably gonna win this fight by submission, um, or TKO in the first or second. I don't know. I just think he's superior and he's fighting at home, so he's probably gonna want to put on a show. But yeah, moving on. We have William Gomez taking on Robert Ruchola. I gotta go with the dog here and Robert Ruchola here. I know this is a controversial pick, and honestly, I could look really stupid with this pick in hindsight. Gomez could just outpoint him for 3 rounds or randomly random a highlight reel KO. I don't know. I just think Rucella is no joke. 11-1 plus 200 is crazy. I'm debating this play highly. Like I think he obviously has some proving to do, but has only lost to Parnace, who's arguably the best fighter outside the UFC. He beat Kakberg Formella by finish. He beat Kaxmark by finish. He beat Eskiev by finish. I think this guy's like a savage, honestly. And Gomez is a weasel, and if he doesn't outpoint you, I just see him quitting or losing a close fight. I just think this is a Ruchola show me spot, and I'm willing to find out at plus 200. I think this is closer to a pick'ems. I don't agree with maybe Gomez slight favorite, but negative 300 on Gomes. I just don't understand what we're doing here. Like, when does he ever cover his big ticket price unless he's fighting an absolute can? And I just think Robert Ruchola is the farthest thing from a can, so I'm gonna go with Robert Ruchola here. I know a lot of people aren't familiar with him. He's from KSW, but he does a lot of good work. He's very, very skilled, and he's a dog. So both as a underdog and he's a metaphorical dog. I think the guy fights for your money. Oh God, I hate these flies, little fruit flies. But yeah, man, I think Rob Rucho is going to be a dog in there and make it close at least. Potentially even getting a finish, getting him out of there late. But yeah, close fight. Um, don't go crazy betting this one. And I think Robert Ruccola is probably going to. I mean, I don't know. That's the thing with Gomez. He's been TKO'd. He's been or not TKO'd. He's almost been subbed a few times. So I don't know. I think he's probably gonna get TKO. I think it's gonna go to decision. Honestly, this fight's mostly. I can see this going to decision. But both guys. Ruccola is very, very dangerous. Gomez can be dangerous if he times you right, but I think Rucella is going to go for it, so I'm going to go with Rucella here. Moving on, we have Patricio Pitbull versus Lucien Kita. Moving on from KSW, we are now on to Octagon. I am going to go on Lucien Kita here. I think he is, um, other than Parnace, he is the other talent outside the UFC who I've been watching. He had a one loss, which was a foot or leg injury. He broke his foot or something. Um, but other than that, he's been dominant, and I don't even think he's lost a round. I could be wrong, but I just think the guy is an absolute stud. Very, very dangerous. Still some polishing to do, but 16-1. Record kind of speaks for itself. He should be undefeated. Beat good guys. Looking at his record, Samuel Bark TKO'd him. Ivan Buchinger TKO'd him. Rice Ivy TKO'd him. Nick Samadi TKO'd him. Aggie Sakdari beat him. Radeg Bogdanovich beat him body shot. TKO Paradisia beat Lajerski. Like, he's beat really, really good guys. I just think Pitbull is probably one of his biggest tests, based on, him being so widely recognized over here, fighting real guys. So I don't know if he beats Pitbull, especially in the way I think he bends. I think he can really make himself a star in this fight. So I'm gonna go Lucien Kita here, but I'm not gonna go too big here. This is a show me spot at the end of the day, so I don't want to be disappointed and lose a bunch of money on a fight just based off of regional scenes, what I've seen, right? So this is a show me spot in the UFC. And I do think if he does win the way I think, the odds are going to be absolutely terrible for his next fight. He's probably going to be, I don't know, negative 200 to, I don't know, Gene Silva or 50. I don't know what the odds would be, 50-50. I honestly I want Lucien Keita to win and, keep fighting these top guys because this division is stacked, especially with all these signings. Yeah, I gotta go with Lucien Keita though. I think he is gonna be too much, too fast, too explosive, too aggressive. And I think Patricio Pitbull's just at a point in his career where he's comfortable winning however he can. And yes, he does have that KO power, but I don't know. I think Kita will deal with the power okay. He could get slept. He could get dropped and lose round like the same way Ige did. But I don't know. I just think Kita's can be elusive and he's very, very dangerous. So I'm gonna go with Kita here. I don't know why I keep saying Pitbull. I think Kita again wins by finish. So TKO, preferably. Or not preferably, but that's probably how he wins. I don't see him getting a sub on Pitbull. But yeah, Kita by KO is probably the path to victory. Moving on. We have Axel Sosa versus Reese McKee. I gotta go with Reese McKee here. All week I was on Axel Sola, and honestly, I can still understand why I would, want to bet or pick Axel Sola. But the problem with Axel Sola is he hasn't fought at 170, and he's fighting a real guy, a big 170 pounder. Um, and I don't know, man. He has good wins. Don't get me wrong. Ustinov, Gaglia, but these are like Airs FC guys. Like, how good are these guys truly? Gaglia's at eh, you know, Arash or some promotion or some gym that's known for having frauds. I just think Turpal Ustinov's a fraud. I think a lot of these guys are pretty fraudulent, so he hasn't really had a big win. I think Reese McKee is by far his biggest opponent. I think Reese McKee has fought the who's who, showed his grappling in the Burlinson fight. Um, I think he TKO Burlinson showed that guy he's a dog, and he did in the third round too. So don't give me an all fourth five. This is a 3 round fight. He can do it in the third. He can do it in the second. I think the first is probably going to be close. Um, but I do think McKee has the power and size advantage. I do think he can catch him, get him out of there, and I do think McKee's the side. I wish I got a better number on him, but I'm most likely going to take a shot on McKee here at these odds. I don't see the odds moving. Um, might get better, but I don't know. I think Sola should not be the favorite in this fight. I think he is taking a risk, with his record, with this fight. But he's trying to get in the UFC, so respect to him for taking these risks with his career. It'll only make him that much more legendary if he gets the win. I do think Reese McKee wins, but I'm not confident. I'm basing my pick off of size, UFC experience, and yeah, that's about it. I think Axel Sola is a very, very talented fighter, so it's not like Reese McKee is that much better. It's just, again, size, and he's gonna be there for 3 rounds and in your face. So I don't know. I gotta go with Reese McKee, but close fight. Moving on, we have Balaji Oki versus Mason Jones. I think Mason Jones wins this fight, and here's why. I think Balaji Oki does very well at his distance. He's very, very fast, explosive, hits very hard, which discourages guys and lets him, play his game. The thing with Jones is he gets hit and he doesn't care. And he'll just keep coming forward and getting in your face, working his dirty boxing, pushes you to the fence, tries to take you down, doesn't take you down, that's fine. He's just gonna keep trying to chain wrestle, and look for shots in between, elbows, dirty boxing, shovel uppercuts, whatever it is, he's looking for it. I think the guy's activity, cardio is gonna and output and clinch work is gonna wear on Oki. I think round two or three, I could see Jones cooking Oki. So I'm gonna go with Jones here. Don't get me wrong, I do think round one's gonna be incredibly dangerous, just because Jones doesn't move his head and he's just so low IQ at times. I could see Jones easily getting KO'd, but Jones has not been KO'd by Onama, all these guys. I don't think Oki's gonna do it, but you never know, man. Having a good chin is great and all, but it just takes that one fight where all that great chin just goes to nothing, goes to dust. Maybe it's this fight. I don't know. I think Mason Jones wins, but I'm not gonna bet this fight. I like how a lot of people bet Oki, so now the odds are playable for Jones, but I don't know if I'll end up actually betting this fight. There's just so many fights in this card. I don't want to. I want to bet, but it's just better I don't. It's because they're just 50-50 at the end of the day. This fight, I don't think is 50-50. I think Jones should be the favorite, -200 maybe even, -150. But again, you could easily KO him in the first round and look -1,000. But I don't think he's gonna KO him in the second or third. I think if he does, that will be like a career best performance. I think Jones is gonna dog him in those rounds if he gets there. But yeah, that is my prediction for that fight. Moving on. We have Modestus Bukaukaus versus Paul Berju Craig. I think Modestus Bukaukaus smokes Paul Craig, but this is the big boys, man. We're not dealing with regular humans. We're dealing with the big boys, and anything can happen. Paul Craig could, you know, invert into a leg lock, get a leg lock on Bukaukaus, armbar, triangle, whatever it is. Craig knows a lot of submissions. He could throw him up, just in the transition. I think Bukaukas is not going to wrestle him, but maybe he drops him, gets into his guard. I don't know. I just think Bukaukas is the better fighter, but I could see some memery with Paul Craig, just being the king of just making fighters fight, not the smartest. And, he's submitted so many guys. I can't unsee Bukaukas getting submitted here too. So I do think Bukaukas wins, and he's probably my lock of the card. But it's just too dangerous calling this guy a lock of your card. I know he should win, but he's just not a guy that, you know, I don't know. He's fought well lately, but he can be beat in a few different ways, and who knows, maybe he gets subbed here by Craig. That's why I'm just very hesitant to add more to my position or to make any prop bets because I do think Craig has a chance of winning this fight. So yeah, I'm gonna go Bukaukas here, but you never know. Moving on, we have Benoit St-Denis versus Mauricio Ruffy. I think Mauricio Ruffy's gonna KO him, honestly. I think Benoit St-Denis is so slow, but if he can get a hold of Ruffy and get him down, I could see him doing good work. I don't believe in maybe the staff stuff was real and his cardio was badly affected, but I don't know, man. We'll see here. Ruffy does all the right things to get up. Stay safe. I do think Benoit Saint Denis is gonna have to work his ass off to keep him down. Not only keep him down, but get him down, and then find the submission. So I don't know. I think this is a roughy fight, but I would not be surprised to see Saint Denis just make him look like an amateur on the ground. Like Benoit Saint Denis is, love him or hate him, he's a good grappler. Most people love him, he gives good fights, but for some reason people just I don't know. They don't like how he just has no regard for his safety. He doesn't move his head, and they don't like the fact that I don't know, he's French. I don't know. I think Ruffy wins this fight. Fighting nerds are on a roll. It's kind of cool. They're in the co-main and the main. I just think Mauricio Ruffy's probably gonna get a KO here. Don't get me wrong. Saint Denis could dog him on the ground, so I'm gonna stay away. But I would lean Mauricio Ruffy like 65 to 70%. Probably, yeah, 65%. I just think Mauricio Ruffy has a significant striking advantage, speed advantage. Um, it's 3 rounds, so we haven't really seen him break. We saw him break a Russian, so I don't think cardio is going to be a problem. I just think he's going to beat him. So we'll see. Maybe he gets grappled, but I just think Ruffy's a better fighter. Don't go crazy on this fight, guys. Ruffy, it should be a win for him, but at the end of the day, this is a show me spot. Benoit Saint Denis has beat good guys, fought at the highest level. Ruffy's, still getting his feet wet in the top 15, top 20. So I do think Ruffy wins, but be careful. Moving on to the main event, we have Nasruddin Imavov taking on Kyle Bojado. I think I think Imavov wins this fight, but I'm rooting for Kyle. Kyle follows the page. Met him a few times. He's a good dude. I like the fighting nerds. I like his grappling. The problem is his wrestling isn't that good, and Imavov wrestling is very good. Imavov has phenomenal striking. Um, he's very dangerous. Good defense. He doesn't get hit that much. Um, yeah, his cardio is a big. I don't like his cardio, but Kyle Bahail's cardio is not exactly amazing either. He was pulling guard versus Armin Petrosian. I just think I just think this is a good fight for Imavov to win I'm rooting for Bahail, but I just see Imavov just having his way with him later in the fight when he's tired. So I don't know, man. I'm just gonna chill, root for Kyle, because if Kyle wins and I have money on the other side, I'll be pretty pissed because I don't like betting against people I know or I like. So I know this shouldn't affect who I bet, but it's not confident enough of a bet for me to just take a side, take Imavov as a bet. So I don't know. If I were betting this fight, I'd probably take Imavov, but I'm not touching this fight, man. These guys are both savages, just in different ways. I don't know. Close fight. I'm gonna leave Imavov. Alrighty, guys. Those are my picks. And I'll give you guys my top five most confident picks and get you guys out of here. Alrighty, guys. Number one, we have Bukaukaus. Number two, we have Mason Jones. Number three, we have Brad Tavares. Number four, we have Mauricio Ruffy. And number five, we have Umar Sy. Alrighty, guys. These are my most confident picks. It does not mean bet them. This isn't a card I really like for parlays. I'm more hunting just dog shots and straight bets and live bets. This isn't a card to go crazy on parlays. Sorry, guys. Bukaukas is the only parlay piece I don't mind, but even him, he could lose. So be careful. Yeah, guys. Alrighty, guys. Have fun. Enjoy the card. Like, subscribe. You know the drill. It's been a while. It's good to be back. Yeah, guys. Peace.